Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shukri Hamdan Hidayatullah and my student ID number is 2320064. This video for my final test in the reading for professional context lesson, and I will retell the first is about the ancient versus modern Olympic. In ancient times, the Olympics symbolized peace and unity throughout history. The ancient Greek Olympics were shown honoring the gods with their speed and coordination. The Olympics are held in the spirit of peace, love of sport, and fair and square competition. Also, the Olympics have changed over time. There are basically many similarities between the ancient and modern Olympics. The following is an example of the difference between the ancient and modern Olympics. There is Athens Olympic, Greece, 4th centuries, since 1778. Uh, the Summer Olympic Games are held every four years at the shrine of the Rule, precisely on Mount Olympus. The Olympics began with a promise of justice by the athletes and judges to Zeus. Next up is competitive sporting event. The pentathlon fields event, including discus throwing, javelin throwing, long jump, running and wrestling, boxing, for horse chariot race, horse racing, and an extreme combination of wrestling and boxing. Under the full moon, there is a sacrifice for the king of the gods. Uh, Next is women in the Olympics. In those days, unmarried girls competed in foot race at the Hera festival. On the other hand, married women are not allowed in the sanctuary of Zeus. They didn't want to be thrown off a cliff, so no one broke this rule. And the politics of the Olympic, the most important qualities of the Olympics are all of them not only in the Olympic but in the world. For 3 months before the competition, there is an agreement to win the match. So there is usually no battle between competing cities. Nonetheless, in its more than a millennium long history, the ancient games have never been cancelled for political reasons. In general, even during times of Great War, the Olympics have contributed to the peace of more than 1,000 people. Uh, the next text is about issues in competitive sport in world today. The world saw like sport competition. The Olympic movement represents the principles and practice of all international sporting competition, but has failed. The original ideals behind the Olympic have been broken. Here are some of the current issues and trends in competitive sport around the world. The first, some of the most famous athletes in the world took and will continue to use illegal drugs. On the 1995 poll asked them, if you knew you could get away with it, would you use a performance enhancing substance to increase your chances of winning? Nearly uh, 95% answered yes. The second, many observers share the same opinion. The majority of world records in recent decades has been assisted medicine. Advertisers, fans, and spectators want athletes to set new records. So the opposition to doping is just bullshit. The threats, bribes, and scandal have always been a part of competitive sport. Even in ancient history, Greek city-states, folk of over control of sporting competition. Powerful official influence judges in their decision. In modern times, Brewery has become part of selecting a host city for the lucrative Olympics. In conclusion, the situation of the modern Olympics and other sport competition has become unbearable. Competitive sport send the wrong message to athletes and young people around the world. Uh, the next, the Olympic movement representative of the principle and practice of 50 of all international sporting competition has had a positive influence on individuals and societies around the world. Here are some of the benefits and current trends of competitive sport around the world. Doctors, laboratories, and sport officials are trying to solve the problem of drug use by competitive athletes. At the 2004 Summer Olympic, 55 more than 20 athletes were disqualified for drug use. Drug testing is becoming common in competitive sports. This will continue to protect young people from the harmful side effects of doping. Testing also contributes to the ideal of fair play and good sportsmanship. A commercial interest and money from TV network have changed all that. Beginning in the mid 1090 for example, large payment from corporate and media sponsors have allowed the Olympic movement to thrive. Scholarships, sports education program, and direct financial aid to the developing countries have helped spread the ideal of competitive sport. These ideals include the promotion of health, development of personal character, and good sportsmanship around the world. Maybe that's all. Can I retell about the text? Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.